Hey guys, I'm RiggyRob, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. So, last time we were able to explore the secret room behind the bookstore, where Plaisance thinks there is a curse, but there is in fact just a novelty dice maker. We tried to catch the dice, we failed miserably. I haven't reset to try and catch them properly. That might be something I do, I don't know yet. But last time we left off, it was like half an hour after. Yeah, it was like 30 minutes, so I didn't feel like doing the conversation again. I may go back and get those dice, but for now, I am just going to play as we go. And the proof of that is here. We've got the icosahedral red die. Also, we've got a number of tasks. I think it might be a good idea to sort of recap the tasks we've got at the start of each session. So we have the pissing competition between the precincts, the end of day debrief with Kim. It is currently 8 o'clock, so we can do this after 10. The trash container, which we do have a key for, but we initially tried it with the pry bar, and we failed miserably. So we'll try the key next time. Finding out who the caller is, but this might take some time. Paying for the damages, which is 130 real, which I can't afford right now. Getting a reality lowdown from a rich person. Haven't met any rich people yet. Finding the armor, asking Kuno about what he knows. Running the number on the victim's armor, so we need to call back in a day. Asking around about the tattoos, tracking down the badge, tracking down the gun, finding out who's in the union box. But they're not there at the moment in the Whirling in Rags, so we need to keep an eye out for them, probably after work hours. We need to go to the secret passage behind the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. We need to get the body down, although we don't have the tools to do that yet, so shoot it down doesn't seem like it would work, but maybe it will. And we need to go back to Plaisance after talking to the novelty dice maker, and pick up dice from the dice maker. So, we've got a number of tasks to do. But we've exhausted everything we can do with the dice maker for now. So, I figured we might as well leave. And we'll see whereabouts we can go. Does Kim have anything to say now? I don't think so, right?
Yes?
Nah, nothing. Okay, so go back down this way. I'm pretty sure this way led out to the... Oh yeah, we figured about this this secret game, but we need to find a password first. So that'll have to wait for the time being. Open the door, please. Yeah, this leads outside eventually, once we've gotten through the bear freezer and so on. And yeah, if we figure out what's in the trash container by using the key, that should help us out quite a bit with getting the body down, maybe. But yeah, we have not made any actual progress in getting the body down and looking at it a bit more. But anyway, so let's open up the trash container.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, Whirling in Rags.
So yeah, physical instrument 3 locked, -10, tool not equipped. So we did have the pry bar, but it's a legendary check, I'm pretty sure. So we'll just open it.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Why not? What's this? Open the lid, another time maybe. Alright, let's see what Inland Empire's got.
Just the feeling. A warning from some part of you.
Okay, I think we'll just ignore that.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
I mean, that's kind of what we expected.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
So we can look under the boxes of cartons, pick up the rags, search the food waste. Well, look under the boxes.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar.
And to be fair, I am wearing gloves.
You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Used to what? Dumpster diving or dive further? Used to what?
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Ah, see? I'm not that bad of a detective. Right, dive further.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Okay, let's pick up the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Let's grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Any worse than the body we've already seen?
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
So someone undressed him but didn't bother to try getting him down. Although, to be fair, again, it is industrial strength cable holding him up, so they probably couldn't.
Drop them in here, officer.
So he produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket, bag the trousers.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Ugh. Bag the shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Thrown out towel, a mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
We do need to ask about something else. Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them here. You think someone from the Whirling might have been involved, maybe, or okay. You might think someone from the Whirling's involved?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yeah, locking the container doesn't necessarily mean that they knew the clothes were inside when they locked it. But let's ask the kids.
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Okay, I mean, that's not unexpected, but sure. Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey.
Is it going to say you could recover health if you were low on it?
What's this?
What? Elbows out, there's nothing more here. What is this?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Take it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes. Written in a man's handwriting. Not just any man's. This dense cursive, it's yours.
Oh, alright, well that'll be useful.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
No, it can't be. I don't know what this is. The handwriting, it's mine. Well, if the handwriting's mine.
There's a lot of it, too. And you've got an autopsy form in there, in the back. That light pink copy paper.
A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board. This was a secret task, and I got XP for it. Okay. But why would I put it in here?
If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
Good question. It must have been cramping my style. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. Well, I don't want to think about what that means. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet. I'd rather not talk about it right now. Yeah, chances are I would probably think that, for me, I would want to not be a cop anymore. So this feels like the most, reasonable choice that I would take.
Well,
he doesn't know what to say.
Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that. Say nothing. I don't know, man. Sounds like an order. I don't take those. No, I'll just say, okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
We have a new task. Read the ledger and name the case.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Okay. So, the mug. I'm getting the mug too. Sure, why not?
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
An antique?
Only in its social sensibility.
Alright, well, I guess I'm taking it.
Mm-hmm.
The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Well, we'll have a look at that in a minute. So let's close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
I think so. Alright, let's leave. So... Ooh, hang on, there was a check.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
There are copper types. Okay, what am I? Or discard. There are copper types.
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Cool cop. Some kind of weapon cop. Sorry cop. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I'm sorry you had to monitor me. Some kind of weapon cop?
No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Okay. But what about the other copper types? Will the other copper types be jealous? I'm sorry, opt in. You know, actually, I'm not sorry, change my mind. Fucking they should be sorry. So I can opt into making it official. But this is because I have low suggestion, which means that I have difficulty getting rapport with others and I'll be alone during the day and night. But it sounds like opting into this means that I'm going to sort of be self-deprecating in a way that other people can't relate to. So let's ask about the other copper types.
Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go?
Won't the other ones be jealous?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry.
Okay, is my intellect going to save me?
They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
I don't know about that. You know what? I think I changed my mind.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
So I can opt in, I'm sorry, or no, I'm really not sorry, fuck off, opt out. Let's opt out.
Wow. Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you then.
Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing with that is, if it's a thing that leads to a thought, that could be useful, but we'll worry about that another time. So, let's go ahead and make a quick save. Alright, so, in our inventory, we now have some new things. So, interact. The ledger. This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged. Start keeping notes on the case. Triangle.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Okay, thank you. Alright, inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Take it off, leave it there, it's cool. Maybe it's kitchen tissue, they look exactly the same. They might look the same, but they aren't the same, and they don't feel the same either. So let's take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Alright, let's inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger across the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. Don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Lieutenant, is this one of those hologram watermarks you mentioned? And point to the stick.
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of information? How can I read it? And that's all. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
I doubt it, because why would it be... Why would he have just the station number and address? Why would it have the number of cases solved? Anyway, how can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
You mentioned the headlights of your Kinema.
Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay, so and now it's nighttime. We can just go and turn the car on. So, all right, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Alright, so it sounds like I am a decent enough detective to keep notes on the cases, to have so many case file notes. What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
Well, why would I be keeping case notes of cases I've already completed?
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Okay.
What do you mean? Is that all?
That's it. Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant? Check the handwriting, there's mention of a naming convention. Count the pages, I have to open an official case as their room, I'm done inspecting. That's it?
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more.
Okay, so if you keep an annual log of things, then it makes sense that you don't keep tracking every case that you've ever done. So, yeah, previous years I probably did more. Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though. Nod and return to the case note. Yeah, we can say. Let's be upfront. We don't know if we completed them.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. I burned out all right. A nice brisk pace, the way I like it. Yeah, the way I like it.
I prefer a normal caseload. It's a matter of method.
True. Yeah, there's no reason to be over and above and beyond if other people are just doing their normal caseload.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Check the handwriting.
It's inornate, nearly illegible, yet marching in orderly lines. Pedagogical, somehow. Brash. It must be yours for you to be able to read it. These are the lines of someone who has written by hand a lot and has developed a style only they themselves, or you yourself, can decipher.
That's kind of terrible. It's like trying to read someone else's, notes or anything. And if you can't figure out what they've written, then they are useless to you.
Your hand cramps up merely looking at the scribbles drawn, as by some magnet, to the red checkered margins. Fast, but always straight.
There was mention of a naming convention.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
So, quite organized.
A title, one might say even. one that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
This sounds like Dick Mullen book titles.
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
Well, I am a detective.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Yeah, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No. I mean a non-numeric one, with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Well, yeah, because you're not going to remember case 001 to case 005 to case 500, are you? So you need to have interesting names to make it like, that's the case where it was a murder at the hookah parlor.
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murder.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
But yes, to the point, I imagine we know how he died.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
So he had a hole in his head. Alright, let's count the pages. I have to open official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Alright.
Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Okay. Commit to paper.
Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event.
True, it did say that it was worn down before, so I guess we need to find a pen.
The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely. But
Kim, do you have a pen?
the lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large-caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Alright, I guess I'll make it explicit. Can I have one?
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
Oh, sorry. It is a pen. Alright, with this beauty, commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body.
So it's going to list all of the tasks that we already have, but actually committing it to paper.
Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion.
That's the first time the game has mentioned that my name would be Harry. Again, I know this out of the game universe, that the detective's name is Harry Dubois, but that's the first time it's actually been mentioned in-game.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Okay, so the Hanged Man, which is kind of obvious. The Furies are at home in the mirror. The setting sun, it on a stick. I kind of like the fact that this game was originally called No Truce with the Furies, And no, the Furies are at home in the mirror obviously leads to the expression when we first start the game. So yeah, let's go with the Furies are at home in the mirror.
Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also...
He furrows his brow. Well, to be fair, this is the name of the case in my case note. He might be able to name the case something else in his case notes.
Could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
I mean... I can't go that far back. But, you know, we had... He's got simple names, like the man with the hole in his head. We had murder at the hookah parlor, a couple of guys sitting on a couch in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, we're more, you know, poetic. So.
Yes, you know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please?
I don't have another name.
Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one.
No, go ahead. Let me guess the Hanged Man. Yes.
Oh, that's actually what I was thinking. The Hanged Man. I like that. A good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Okay, if I get the option to change it to the Furies, I'm going to change it to the Furies.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I don't get the choice. We have to go with what Kim wants. Alright then, Kim. Okay, but I do have 2 levels now. That is interesting. Still don't know really what I want to do with my character. I mean, building on my strengths is obviously a good idea. Logic, I guess, would be the best one. Maybe visual calculus, but logic seems to be able to solve puzzles, which is good, obviously. And then I can be susceptible to flattery, but I don't care that much about it. The other thing is about endurance, but I've not been tested with health stuff, really, that I haven't inflicted on myself. So, again, I'll probably leave the skill points for now, until I get to points where I need to actually, you know, try and pass them. Alright, I'm done inspecting them.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Alright, so browse the case files again.
Arson, anti-theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on dozens
Yeah, I
of
don't get to change.
investigations.
Maybe
Yes,
this one?
It's a holdover from the early... Again, I pray
square
his
bullet hole
raised spike
notice.
through the head.
Yeah, I can't change the date. Okay.
You don't exactly
Alright.
close them.
Yes.
So much
So
as
let's
distance
read the case
yourself from the
files.
smelly papers. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41. Then, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the Next World Mural.
So again, out of universe, I know that HDB stands for Harry Dubois, but that is an indicating that that's what my name is, Harry something. So, wait, HDB 41, weren't those Officer Precinct?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Horus Debbie Beringer, Bram Diane Binzakin. Those aren't my initials, I'm not feeling them. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. I mean, I kind of don't know what to say to that, because that's kind of obvious.
I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with. But it's the one you got. So sorry.
It's alright. How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
So this will cause the in-game time to pass by half an hour for each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll revisit it later.